Well, good morning, and before we get into today's video, just a little bit of a behind the scenes. So obviously, traveling on the road and uploading content, one of the biggest issues is not necessarily finding good connectivity, because we've found with our BT sims at least that connectivity has been pretty good. But even though we have a couple of 100 gig sims, BT only give you 50 gig of that each on the road. So obviously we have to use that sparingly, especially as I'm uploading the vlogs and Nicola's doing a lot of other work. So in some of the Spanish towns there is free Wi-Fi, but like last night I came around here, sitting in the sun, beautiful conditions, but the Wi-Fi was just being hammered. And in fact, in broken Spanglish again, I think one of the locals was being a little bit peeved off that we were sucking all their Wi-Fi. So I thought, you know what, I'll come out first thing in the morning, and sure enough, it's a little bit better. Still not blazingly fast, a little bit better. So I'm going to carry on letting this upload. I'll let you guys get back to today's video. Well, good morning guys, and we are off on what we shall call this a trail of two halves. We came down to, I'm terrible at these town names,
Posada de
Valdan,
Valdion, something like that.
With the hope that now the little area that we're staying in is absolutely beautiful. A more picturesque setting I don't think that you could wish for. €10 a night, including obviously all your normal services plus electric. Perfect. As you saw, there is Wi-Fi in the town, but I have to come out first thing in the morning to get all of its usage. But the plan was to use this as base, so we could then go and do the Rutas del Cares, which is probably one of the most famous routes in the Picos. So we got here, and the plan was to get a bus to the nearest town, which is Cain, Cain, and then do the route from there to Poncibos. So the main route is from Poncibos to Cain and back again, and it's 20.
It's a gorge, by the way,
yeah,
in case you didn't know the route.
It's 23k, that part of it. But buses were severely lacking, so we thought, well, hang on a minute, we'll get a taxi. But it turns out there's a bit of a taxi cartel going on.
And it's a 9-kilometre drive to the start at Cain, and it's €25 each way.
So €50 for a 9k journey. So we thought, no, we'll go back and get the bus. And what we'll do is we'll run out the whole way, and we'll walk back as far as Cain, and then we'll get the bus back to here. But it turns out the normal bus doesn't run on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and no one knows why, including the tourist information. But there is another bus that you can book,
which goes from Cain to Cangas de Onís, and it does stop in our little village. But you can't book a part-way ticket, you have to pay for the whole journey. So that was €16, and we kind of thought it's a lot of money for a 15-minute drive. So
what we decided to do is we're going to do this part of the trail, because actually the full Rutas de Cares is from here to Poncibos, but people normally only do the bit between the two villages. So we're going to do this bit, the Cain, running stroke walking, and then in a few days' time we're going to do the main part of the hike from Poncibos,
gorge, and we'll do it as a walk
from
rather than as a run
to Cain and back again.
Which means I'm actually running less than I would have been, so that's good.
Someone was a little bit concerned.
I haven't run any more than 8 miles in about a year, so it was going to be tough.
And it was interesting, sort of 10 minutes ago or half an hour ago or so, it was actually quite cool in the village, but now that the sun has come up over the mountain peaks, it's a little bit warm. But it's only 8k, 9k, 8.5.
Now
9K.
Going out, it's downhill. So we may run in and walk back.
I think
we'll
we
see
dropped
how it
about
goes.
600 metres here, so it should be quite a nice run into Cain. Second breakfast there.
And then a leisurely bimble
back. She used the word bimble. Right, well, first of all, let's try to find the start.
Yeah.
We reckon we've found the start of it. We're just going to go this way anyway, and we shall soon start running. See you on the trail. Well, that's us about 1.7 miles in, and you might have seen by my face there, I'm a little bit happy. This is my idea of heaven. Trail running in the mountains. Man, I really want to get the fitness up so I can do this more.
Whereas it's been okay so far, and my fitness for some reason at the moment isn't great, no matter how much I climb or run. But it was downhill, which was lovely, but the downhill was quite downhill, so I'm definitely going to be walking some of it back.
Up uphill.
Definitely walking some of it.
But it's just stunning, just stunning. And I actually think they say that motorhomes they're not actually banned, but they're not advised on this road that leads from where we're staying down to Cain. Spots a hot Spanish man. She's all gab.
Look how much happier I look.
Spanish man in lycra. Let's just say the Spanish men in lycra look better than the British men in lycra. That's all I'm saying. I think we could have brought the van down here, but our plan now is we're going to go all the way around the Ponce Boss and do it from that side, because we could have brought the van down, parked in Cain tomorrow, and did the walk. But anyway, we'll stick to our original plan.
Oh, we could do. But anyway, that's for us to discuss.
Yes. Right. Onward and downward. There's coffee at the end of this, I hear, and cake. Well, that's us just under 5k to go. That is going to be a tough old climb back out again. But again, another reason why I read an article from another traveller who spent a long time sort of bikepacking and running. And someone asked him once, what are you training for? And his answer was, just training for life. And it's so true. You know, we could have very easily jumped in the van, jumped in the bus, whatever, and driven down to Cain.
Well, we couldn't have easily jumped in a bus, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But you miss all of this.
Yeah.
Walking, running. I even used to say it when I was out doing my training for ultras, even around Cambridge. Little streets and little villages that I never went round before, but just because you were on foot. And this is great. This is
and
just
I used
beautiful.
to have this thing whereas if I did a run and I stopped, it was a failure because I hadn't run every single step. And now I just stop every time I see something beautiful, and it just makes it so much better.
Yeah. It's the way to be. And behind us, if I just do the exposure, not a bad view to be running into.
And there's a beautiful pool of water and little waterfall bits down here, which would just be so lovely to jump into right now.
Nippy. Oh my goodness me, I hope the cake is going to be, might even have a wee cheeky canna.
I can see now why they say it's an hour and 45 walk, because going back I reckon it is going to take us quite a while, because it's...
Anyway, next stop, Cain. Probably pronounced completely wrong.
We've said everything else wrong, so we want to just keep it consistent.
Right, see you in a bit, guys. So that's us down in Cain, and we've been caffeinated, and obviously we'll be back here in 2 days' time, halfway point of the other part of the walk, which heads kind of out that way through the gorge. And we're kind of glad now.
I couldn't have done it. My legs are tired. I couldn't have done the full thing.
Yeah.
No way, not 40k.
So we now have a pretty steep uphill. I think it's going to be mostly walking. Maybe a little. She's just walking out of the scene again.
Oh, sorry.
Just
I was
wanders.
already ready to start.
I know, I'm talking away and she's like, I'm done. Done with this YouTube nonsense. So yeah, we shall wander back up the hill and
Eat,
grab-
because I'm
grab
starving.
some lunch.
It's our normal lunchtime and we've got about another hour and a half walk back, yeah?
And it's
So-
all uphill. Right, let's get it going. Well guys, we got her back up again. And actually made fantastic time. Walked the uphill sections, shuffled along the downhill and the flat. Now we took an hour and a half to get down. There was a lot of stopping for photography, but only 1 hour 57 to get back up again. The girl did well. I'll have her run on some ultra marathons before she can say, oh my Achilles. Right guys, well apologies for the sudden stop on that last video. I recorded that whole thing on the iPhone and a few bits of it went wrong, not least the end. The mic obviously dropped off and was shaking about and creating all kinds of craziness. And I know I said this was going to be the trail of two halves and the vlog of two halves, but turns out it was we recorded a little bit too much footage on the way down. Didn't record too much footage on the way back up again, but as I said in that little outro, she did well running up the hill.
Tough.
So we've had, it's now the next 2 days later, we had another day at the wonderful little campsite in the
Posada
Poseidon de
de
Valderon.
Valdeon.
That was a bit of a working day yesterday, and
Yeah.
then a bit of a
Cleaning morning this morning.
domestic day today, where we did a lot of cleaning, got the washing done. Came into
Las Arenas.
Las Arenas. Decided not to stay in Las Arenas, and we've come down about 2k away from Poncebos, and in a less than salubrious car park that, let's face it, does smell a lot like pee.
And this little pathway is a nice little foresty walk, but it's obviously
Smells
a
like
toilet.
pee.
It's a toilet.
Obviously since the last vlog I've lost all my hair as well. So we're going to close this one off here, and we will catch things up in our next vlog, starting the more popular Rutas del Cars or de Cars, which starts in Poncebos, and we will be walking that one. Someone is very pleased to hear.
We've seen people coming back from it today, and I think he's undersold it. They look completely shattered.
Completely battered.
Yeah.
So
That'd be interesting.
we'll see how we go. Anyway, back to our van that, well, the outside smells like pee.
Yes.
Have a bit of an early night. Get up in the morning, drive down to the little spot. We're about 2k away from the start. Drive down to the start, and then go for this little easy walk along the route de Cars. Or will it be? Well, I guess we'll have to wait till next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.
Bye.